Hey guys, it's Liz, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I accomplish my everyday makeup routine. I do this routine every morning before I go to work, and I usually have this makeup on about 8+ hours every day, so one might say it's long lasting. So if you want to see that video, keep on watching. So the first thing I like to start my makeup with is a primer, and these two right here are my favorite go-to primers at the moment. The Backlight priming filter and the First Light priming filter. Both of these are by Becca, and I just love how the makeup sits on top of it, especially with my dry skin. But for today, I'm thinking I'm going to be using the Backlight priming filter just because it gives you that luminous glow that I really like. It's nice. Moving on to foundation, I have two foundations that I really like for everyday wear. The first being Maybelline's Fit Me in the matte and poreless formula. I like it because it's not as matte as other matte foundations, and it does give you a nice airbrush finish around the nose, which I really like. And then this one, I'm in 120 Classic Ivory. But the other one that I've been really liking is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. I like this one because it has like a satin finish to it, so it's not as matte, but it's non-transfer, it's everyday wear, it's long wearing, and in this one I believe I'm in warm ivory, but for today I'm going to be using the classic matte and poreless. So moving on to concealer, I have to say that Tarte Shape Tape is by far the best concealer for a full coverage all day wear, just so you won't have any little friends peeking through your makeup. This is my favorite concealer, and I haven't found anything that has replaced it, so I'm going to just keep on using it. And I'm in the color light medium to cover blemishes, but if I want to highlight underneath my eyes, I'm in light neutral. So the next thing I like to do is wait for my foundation to dry, but as I'm doing that, I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows, and I'm going to use the NYX micro brow pencil, and this time it's going to be in the shade Brunette. So I like to fill in my brows a little messily just because I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter and just clean up underneath the brows. So after the brows are done, I'll add a little bit at the end, but I'll set my face. And because I wear my makeup to work and I want it to last a long time, that is my reason for setting my face. And to set my face, I like to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, and I'm in the color Warm Light. And I really like this powder just because it's really finely milled, and you can really pack it on if you really want to, and you still won't look cakey. But for my dry skin, this is a good powder to use to set a foundation. So I don't like to use this powder to set my under eye concealer just because I think it looks a little weird on me. But to set my under eye concealer, I'll use Cover FX's Perfect Setting Powder. And I really like this powder because I have dry under eyes, and this doesn't accentuate the dryness underneath my eyes. And I will bake with this powder, which I know for a lot of people is a little scary, but if you want your concealer to last all day long, like I'm talking about 12 plus hours, you gotta bake your under eye concealer. So I like to set my concealer with one of these sponges and in a triangular shape, just the way you applied your concealer. That way you can have that brightness underneath your eyes. So as my under eyes are baking, I like to bronze a face, and with that I'll use the Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula, and this is in the color medium to dark. And I'll just hit my cheekbones, my forehead, and just a little bit on the jawline. With that same bronzer, I like to contour the nose and the crease of my eye just to give it a little bit of definition. Lately, I've been liking putting on a little bit of butter bronzer in the Sunkissed shade just to give me a little bit more of a glow on the cheeks. So after we have bronzed the face, we can now sweep away that powder underneath our eyes. Moving on to blush, I personally like a nice peachy or like a nudie pink blush for everyday wear. So for that, I like Burt's Bees blush, and this is in Bare Peach. But I've been liking mixing this one with their Toasted Cinnamon color. So mixing these two together have been my go-to every day. Just because this one's just a little bit too nudie brown for me, and I like the sheen on the Bare Peach one. But if I'm not wearing those two, I'll be wearing either Makeup Revolution's blush or the Essence blush. The Makeup Revolution is in the color Nude, which I really like, just because it's a little bit more pink, more of a natural flushed color. And then the Essence is in Satin Love, and this one's more of like a mauve-y nude, which is a little bit darker. Not too much, but I really like this color. But for today, I'll be mixing these two. So at this point after blush is where I like to go back into my brows and kind of touch them up, because I feel like all the bronzer and all this stuff kind of faded them away. So I'll use the Brow Powder Duo by Anastasia to do that. So after that, the next thing I love to do is highlight. And I'll either use NARS in Fort de France, which is the newest thing in my collection, and I really like it. It's nice, it can be subtle, but you can build it up. Or Urban Decay's Sin. And this one's a long-lasting highlight too. This one's a little bit more of a whitish gold. But for today, I'll be using NARS. So the next thing I like to do is mascara, and I use 3 mascaras every day just because I like the effect it gives me. The Better Than Sex Waterproof gives me a lot of volume, which I really like. The Tarte Lights, Cameras, and Splashes, which is also waterproof, gives me the length that I like. And then the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal I use for my lower lashes, and it is great as a lower lash mascara. It gives you the longest lower lashes. But first I'll curl my lashes and then apply the mascara. So the last thing I like to do for my eyebrows, I'm obsessed with my brows, is to put a little bit of brow gel in them just so I can have them stay in place all day. So as for lips, I really don't do much for as a lip color just because I go to work and I just don't feel the need to put on a lip color when I go to work. So most days I'll just take the makeup off my lips like so, and then just put a lip balm over it. But if I am feeling a little feisty, I have all these nude colors that I like to put on, specifically this one by Too Faced. And if I'm feeling a little bit more feistier, this color by ColourPop in Kathleen Lights. It has a little bit of glitter in it, so I like it. But most days I'll just put on a lip balm on top. So the last step in my makeup routine is to set it with a makeup spray, specifically Urban Decay's All Nighter to make my makeup last all day, and then a little bit of Max Fix Plus to make my face look hydrated. So that is it for my everyday makeup routine. I can knock this out in about 30 minutes. So for me, this is basic. I know a lot of people don't like to wear so much makeup, but for me, I like to look put together. I like to look glowy. I like to look highlighted because you never know who would walk into the store. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave me your recommendations down below on what you want to see from me next. But until next time, bye!